On est arrivé chez le docteur. Eh ben, je t'en dois encore une.
Oli? Mais qu'est-ce que tu fais là?
Ouais, bonsoir, Doc. Désolé de vous réveiller, mais on a eu un petit accident. On a un blessé avec nous.
Bon, amenez-le à l'intérieur.
Ok, merci. Je vais rester avec Sam. Tu peux repartir avec le camion. On se voit demain.
Non, j'attends ici.
Le doc a déjà assez d'ombre comme ça. Ça sert à rien de rester là tous les deux.
Vas-y, Tom. Ça va aller. Ok.
Eh, tu t'en es bien sorti.
From a fireside presidential address delivered earlier this year on the topic of the National Recovery Administration. This is part of our series looking back over the president's plans and results since his inauguration. While we are making this great common effort, there should be no discord and no dispute. This is no time to cavil or to question the standards set by this universal agreement. It is time for patience and understanding and cooperation. The workers of this country have rights under this law which cannot be taken from them, and nobody will be permitted to whittle them away. But, on the other hand, no aggression is now necessary to attain those rights. The whole country will be united to get them forward. The principle that applies to the employers applies to the workers as well. And I ask you workers to cooperate in the same spirit. When Andrew Jackson, Old Hickory, died, someone asked, will he go to heaven? The answer was, he will if he wants to. If I am asked whether the American people will pull themselves out of this depression, I answer, they will if they want to. The essence of the plan is a universal limitation of hours of work per week for any individual by common consent, and a universal payment of wages above the minimum, also by common consent. My friends, I cannot guarantee the success of this nationwide plan, but the people of this country can guarantee its success. I have no faith in cure-alls, but I believe that we can greatly influence economic forces. I have no sympathy with the professional economists who insist that things must run their course and that human agencies can have no influence on economic ills. Some reasons which I happen to know that professional economists have changed their definition of economic laws every 5 or 10 years for a very long time. But I do have faith and retain faith in the strength of common purpose and in the strength of unified action taken by the American people. The president there speaking earlier this year on the National Recovery Administration. with a bold, satisfying flavor that never lets you down. Made with only the finest tobacco, they're the choice of professionals, athletes, stars of stage.
T'es en retard. Le dîner est froid.
Le boulot. Épouse-moi.
D'accord.
Bonjour, boss. Je suis venu dès que j'ai eu votre message.
Assieds-toi, Tom. On a une taupe.
Non. Qui?
J'en ai pas dormi de la nuit. Je devenais dingue à essayer de piger. J'ai imaginé que c'était peut-être un de nos gars qui avait pas été payé correctement. Quelqu'un de pas très riche, qui serait prêt à rejoindre Morello pour un nouveau costard. Franck était pas là, alors je suis allé au coffre voir les livres de compte, histoire d'essayer d'y voir plus clair.
Et ça donne quoi?
Les livres ont disparu.
Franck.
50 ans que je le connais. Tout ce que j'ai, je l'ai eu avec Franck. Et tout ce que j'ai gagné, chaque centime qu'on a distribué, tout est noir sur blanc dans les livres. Si Franck les donne aux fédéraux, c'est terminé.
Franck ne respecte qu'une seule personne dans toute la ville et c'est vous. Il doit certainement y avoir un malentendu.
J'ai essayé de le joindre. Je suis passé chez lui. Il est parti. Sa femme et son môme aussi.
Mais pourquoi?
Je sais pas. Je suis sûr qu'il a ses raisons. Peut-être qu'il m'en veut encore pour la chienne.
Celle que vous vouliez noyer?
Ouais. Celle que j'ai butée parce qu'il m'a empêché de la noyer. J'étais crétin quand j'étais môme. Mais quoi qu'il en soit, il faut qu'on récupère ces livres. Va secouer nos indices. Vois qui c'est quoi. Quand tu retrouveras Franck, tu cherches les livres. Et s'il les a pas avec lui, tu te débrouilles pour qu'il te dise où ils sont. Et après ça, tu fais ce qui doit être fait. Vincenzo t'attend avec une nouvelle caisse. Morello derrière tout ça. La main coupée.
Tommy?
Belle journée.
Qu'on soit
Ouais.
discret sur ce coup. Commence avec Biff, mais ne lâche rien. J'ai une nouvelle caisse pour toi. Et un petit quelque chose en plus, si tu veux. Quand Frank verra le loup-para, il saura. C'est un souvenir.
And now for the latest news. The Navy is today continuing its search for the remains of those brave souls lost aboard the airship USS Akron. The Akron was destroyed in a violent thunderstorm off the New Jersey coast Tuesday morning, with the loss of 73 of 76 aboard. The disaster stands as the worst aviation accident on record. Yesterday, one of the survivors, Lieutenant Commander Herbert V. Wiley, spoke to members of the press and gave a brief account of the tragedy. He also spoke of the survivors' rescue by the German tanker, Phoebus. President Roosevelt has described the loss of the Akron as a national disaster and said that he...
Tommy, quoi de neuf, mon pote?
T'as entendu des trucs dernièrement? Qui pourraient intéresser le Don?
Ça dépend. À combien t'estimes ça?
20 billets.
Moi, je dis 40.
Vas-y, accouche.
Le FBI est ici. Ils ont eu des infos par Morello, mais je sais pas quoi.
Comment tu sais ça?
Little Tony a raccompagné un type depuis le Black Cat parce qu'il était trop bourré. Un bavard. C'est lui qu'il faut voir.
D'accord. Merci.
C'est toujours un plaisir, Tom.
Je vous demande pardon. Je vous demande pardon.
Welcome to a WLH Sports Report. There's a sense of anticipation as we await the start of the big game. Our very own Lost Heaven Lancers are out on the road, deep in enemy territory as they take on bitter rivals, the Empire Bay Cannons. This year's Gold Series is shaping up to be one of the best on record, with both teams matching one another blow for blow. Despite the Cannons' home field advantage and an early lead in the series, the Lancers have bounced back and have really taken their rivals to task. Many of the plaudits and column inches have been dedicated to one man. Lancers pitcher Bunny Smith is one of this year's standout performers. And with this series tied at 3-3, he may well be the key man that brings the Wistman Trophy back to Lost Heaven. But doing so will be no easy task, as standing in his way is opposition captain Foghorn Jack Seidel. His solo home run in the bottom of the fifth inning of Game 5 turned events in favor of the Empire Bay team.
Victory was canceled out by the Lancers in Game 6, and we now have a hurricane finale that is sure to have everyone
Glued to their radios. Can Bunny Smith bring it home for Lost Heaven? Or will the Cannon's towering redhead have the final say? WLH 570 Lost Heaven Radio will carry live coverage of the final game of the Gold Series, and we hope you'll join us in wishing our boys well. And now, back to some of the latest musical numbers. The mission of Lost Heaven Radio, our city's public service broadcaster, is to serve you. Start your day with WLH 570. In need of refreshment, a boost, or a pick-me-up? Then there should be only one name on your lips. Swift Cola, the energy kick that's a taste sensation. When you're in need of a lift, choose Swift.
Personne ne sait qui est.
Est-ce que tout va bien, Tom?
Non, pas vraiment. Tu m'expliques l'histoire avec le type que t'as ramené chez lui et qui a parlé des fédéraux?
Il est venu boire un verre qu'il a transformé en 10 verres. C'est un gros bras qui surveille une planque pour les fédés.
Où ça?
Au kill, à l'angle de Pine. Il m'a filé 10 $ pour le ramener là-bas et pour que je la ferme. Il a bavé que le conseiller Guillotti avait négocié un accord entre Morello et le FBI. Ils sont prêts à passer à l'action.
Et pourquoi tu nous as rien dit?
Tom, je l'ai fait. Je suis allé voir directement Frank. Il l'a pas dit au Don.
Non, non, il a rien dit.
Tom, qu'est-ce qui se passe?
Je vois l'yeux du poisson qui gigote entre ses dents. 3 verres de whisky plus tard, la bestiole s'est arrêtée de s'agiter dans son estomac. Oh, la nuit dernière, c'était vraiment génial.
We return now to the coverage of Game 7 of the Gold Series. And by the looks of it, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be underway any minute now. The crowd here in the Armory are restless. You can almost taste the tension as we approach this, the deciding game between these two famous rivals. More than a little bad blood between them, and more than a couple of nasty flare-ups in recent years. Of course, this occasion, more than any other, could prove feisty, what with the drama that closed out the previous game. That, of course, saw the Lancers win to tie the series, and it's not often Empire Bay and Lost Heaven can boast the game's best current hitter and pitcher, respectively. I refer, of course, to Foghorn Seidel, a man mountain with a shock of red hair, and Lancers star Bunny Smith. Speaking of Smith, he is jogging, I suppose you'd say, between his teammates, issuing last-minute orders. They seem responsive to whatever he's saying. He commands respect from his team, that is for sure. By goodness, there must be some nerves among some of the younger Lancers, Elms, Graveson, and Nicholson. They seem to have pepped them up. That's good to see. That's what a good captain does. The Cannons lineup is meandering over to the home team dugout. The Lancers are slowly taking up their position so we can't be too far away from the opening pitch here at the Armory, the home of the Empire Bay Cannons. Stay with us for more.
WLH 570 Lost Heaven Radio brings you modern music and news bulletins throughout the day. Thank you for listening. Big test coming up. Finally got a date with that someone special. A job interview. Each time you need a boost of focus, drive, and determination, look no further than Swift Cola. Proven to increase attention and mental clarity. When you need a lift, reach for a Swift.
C'est là, on dirait. Montre-moi tes livres de compte, Frank.
And we return now to coverage what could be the final play of this game and the series between the Lost Heaven Lancers and the Empire Bay Cannons. A quick reminder that this final inning is being brought to you by Swift Cola. When you need a lift, reach for a Swift. It's not only a taste sensation, it's guaranteed to increase focus, drive, and mental clarity. Pick up a bottle of Swift Cola today. And as we are coming to a close, let me thank today's other sponsors, Big Break Cigarettes and Lost Heaven Courier.
Où est-ce qu'ils t'emmènent?
Both of these teams could be said to be entering golden eras. Each team has a star player at the core with promising youngsters set around them. I refer, of course, to Smith and Seidel. The Cannons have had several such golden periods. The Lancers, it's fair to say, have not. I can see Lancer's manager, Frankie Hodge, prowling in front of the dugout, gesticulating. He seems animated, to say the least. Looks like he's putting one of the officials in his place, or something or other. With the noise of the crowd, it is quite hard to say for sure. Whatever's going on down there, you can feel the sense of occasion, and you just know that whatever happens, the crowd will be the first to tell you what has happened. The Lancers are now within minutes of snatching the Gold Series, which at one stage had appeared doomed, but they equally teeter on the edge of defeat. It all comes down to the final play. Nobody is warming up in the bullpen. Nobody down there is considering the possibility of extra innings. Bunny Smith then, standing on the mound, a look of still determination on his face. He's betraying no emotion, doesn't look nervous or tired after his exertions this series, nor does he appear to be carrying the weight of expectation. He's having a word with the umpire about something or other. What a strapping fellow. 6'2", 195 pounds. If the Lancers are to win here today, he's going to write himself into the record books. And boy, oh boy, what that would mean to the people of Lost Heaven after such a long time without glory on the diamond. All right, they've sorted out whatever was going on. Here we go then. In for the Cannons, it's Paddy Doherty. Smith is pitching the game of his life, but Doherty's a big man. If he can catch one, it could run, and with bases loaded, the Cannons could have it. Here we go. Doherty facing down Smith. Fastball and strike. The big man thought he had it. Some speed on that ball, my goodness. It's fair to say Doherty looks a little spooked. He was convinced he had it. His body language tells the tale. Smith remains cool under pressure, not a flicker of emotion on his face.
T'as un avion à prendre, Frank?
And that's two. There was zip on that one. Good Lord. Seidel is barking something at Doherty, but we have no chance of hearing it as the noise of the crowd reaches fever pitch. Doherty's gesturing, and that's only making Seidel more irate. This is it, folks. Another strike, and the Lancers win. If Doherty can get behind it, surely the Cannons will get all their men home and snatch victory. A swing and a miss, and that's the winners! Lancers win! Lancers win! And Smith finally cracks an elated smile. He's thrown his cap in the air, as have his teammates. Lancers win the 1933 Gold Series! The mission of Lost Heaven Radio, our city's public service broadcaster, is to serve you. Start your day with WLH 570.
J'ai l'impression qu'ils vont lui faire quitter le pays. Fait chier, c'est pas bon.
C'est qui ces types? C'est le FBI?
Ce mufle m'a balancé son insigne sous le nez et m'a poussé dehors.
Non, il devrait pas être là. Eh, me pousse pas, je te jure. Ne le laissez pas passer.